Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the North Main Minute. I'm Joshua Dobie. A foundational planning question with which we're working literally every week here at North Main Financial Group has to do with the idea of clients transitioning into retirement. Now, there are a lot of different factors there, and if you can believe it, I'm actually going to set aside a little bit some of the more granular financial aspects and talk about what that transition means. Because it is different for everybody, especially if you have been engaged from a professional standpoint in the workforce for an extended amount of time. It actually is something, first point, that is much more of a process than an occasion. So what exactly does that mean? Well, there are always retirement dates, right? We have the party, we have the gifts, we all celebrate, and there's a particular date or a line in the sand. However, from a psychological, from an emotional, from a physical standpoint, it's much more of a process, meaning over the course not just of days, but of weeks, of months, sometimes even years, in transitioning to that next season of life. We're creatures of habit. We get used to doing things in a certain way. Now we're doing things maybe in a different way for the first time, perhaps in decades, and our systems need time to adjust. So one of the primary points that we're encouraging our clients to consider is this is going to be much more of a process than an occasion, and that's okay. Second big item to keep in mind, and this may be just intuitive as part and parcel of the overall retirement planning process, but have a plan. You don't have to make it so granular that you're down to the dime. Some folks like to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But also recognize that a good plan is going to be flexible. And I say that from the standpoint that all of us have expectations as we move in to different seasons of life. But you know as well as I do that in moving into that next season of life, some of those things are going to happen, some of those things are not going to happen, and some things you never anticipated are going to be on your plate as well. So you want to make sure that in having a plan, it has the flexibility not only to take advantage of opportunities, but also to be able to absorb those things that perhaps we wouldn't choose. That leads me to the third big item when we're talking about plans. Make sure you have an extended plan through retirement. When we're talking about how long retirement is, we literally in the course of our country have never been in a space where folks are spending more time in retirement than they are right now. So while you may have a plan at the front end of things, recognize it could be a couple to several decades that you are in retirement. You want to make sure that your plan is robust enough not only to be able to address the things up front, but also to be able to address those things which may be many years down the road. If you'd like to reach out to us at North Main Financial Group, perhaps take a look at your retirement plan. Perhaps you're thinking about transitioning into that next season of life. We'd love to chat with you, northmainfinancial.com.